Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Drawing with Mr. Sepulveda. I'm Mr. Sepulveda, and on today's episode, I'd like to thank all of you guys because this channel's reached a new milestone. We've reached 300 subscribers, so thank you so much for all of that support, all the likings, all the comments that you guys leave behind. I'm reading every little bit of those comments, and I'm trying to respond to each and every one of you guys, I promise. And so in my community poll that I left you guys last week, about 11 days ago, 12 days ago now maybe, I wanted to do a fusion episode. I'll let you guys know I wanted to do a fusion episode for this milestone for when we reached it. And so you guys have voted for a video game character fusion. And so I took 6 iconic video game characters and I fused them together to create 3 different art pieces. And I really hope you guys enjoy this because I think I might make a sequel to this and maybe a series, okay? Because I enjoy a good video game here and there. So without further ado, let's enjoy the episode. And so to begin this episode, I was thinking I needed to start off with 2 very well-known characters, right? Hence the word iconic, right? These are going to be ones that you guys know right away when you see them. And so I chose Link from the Legend of Zelda series, and of course Sonic the Hedgehog. And I thought this was like me kind of dipping my toes in the water as far as the design goes for this. In all honesty, this looks more or less like Sonic is cosplaying as Link versus really merging the two together. I did take a lot of the outer appearance, like clothing, right, from Link, because obviously he's the one that really has the clothing here. However, for like the shoes and things like that, that's obviously Sonic. The face is obviously Sonic driven. The gloves, more on the Sonic side. So when I was attempting this fusion, I really was thinking about like, how do I get the best of both characters, make them into a brand new character, and still have them easily recognizable. When I look at this first piece that I'm starting off with, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's fantastic, great, you know, anything like that, but I am saying that I feel like, knowing it now, because hindsight's 2020, that I feel like I could probably have attempted this a little differently and a little bit better. In all honesty, I think the second video that you guys will see on here is probably a better mashup of the 2 characters that I'll be using. But for a first attempt at a fusion, I think I did all right. I did struggle in certain areas, as you saw earlier. I was struggling a little bit with like the hands. Right here, I'm struggling with the angle of the shoe as this fusion of Sonic and Link, or maybe Lonic, right, is coming from the sky, jumping down, swinging a sword, ready to do an attack. In my mind, this is either going to be like a super fast, quick spinning sword slash, which would be a cool combination of both. He could be yelling the word "yeah," kind of like Link does in his video games. But I really did have fun with this one, even with some of the issues I was running into. I think this turned out to be a pretty decent piece. Let me know what you guys think down below. Would you say you're able to recognize this as being Sonic and Link? Just let me know if it's easily recognizable, okay? After I'm done with these flats, we'll skip through most of the shading, and then I'll show you the final results of this Lonic Link and Sonic mix. Alright, so this one I feel like I really crushed. This one is going to be your Skylander boy Spyro, right? And Kratos from the God of War series. Ragnarok just came out, so this got me really excited to kind of use Kratos. And for this one turns out to be more or less my favorite one from the episode. I just figured showing it second would be pretty cool. Because this is really just me taking Kratos and turning him into a vicious dragon. Like Spyro's a dragon, but he doesn't look vicious, right? little Skylander guy's pretty nice, right? Pretty sweet. Got this cute aesthetic to him. He breathes fire, he flies, and all that. But Kratos, if you've ever played any of the God of War games, super vicious, right? Fights with an axe, bloody mess, right? Has some amazing cutscenes. If you've never seen them, please look them up or play the game. It's a really great game, really great series. I mean, I honestly still have my PlayStation God of War edition, just kind of hanging around, that I got from my wife, right? So big fan of the God of War series. And Spyro, I remember growing up with it as a kid and kind of playing the games. They also used to have the games back at McDonald's back in the day, where they had little game stations and things like that, which was really cool. So I might be dating myself a little bit, but yeah, they used to have Legos and video games like Banjo-Kazooie and stuff like that. Speaking of Banjo-Kazooie, maybe that might be another way to go for a sequel? Who knows? We'll kind of find out. But I think when it comes down to this art piece, I think the fusion worked out the absolute best, and I'm really proud of it. And I really hope you guys really enjoy it. There are a couple things here that I would change up, honestly. I think with the second horn that I put in, I needed to shift it down and to the left, if that makes sense. Like if I'm looking at things from the Kratos dragon's perspective, it would have to be kind of shifted a little bit more. So from our view, it would be kind of like down and to the right. From the dragon's perspective, down and to the left, right? So when I was creating this design, I definitely had struggles with the hands, and they got me so angry at certain points that I just kind of left it alone. And then I eventually have to come back to them. Like, you'll see me failing on fingers here, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go real dragon claws or if I wanted to do a combination of like human fingers or human-esque fingers with the dragon, right? The toes, the claws, the foot, really not the hardest part of this entire thing. I thought that was pretty quick and easy. I also kind of struggled to think about Kratos' tail, because I figured if Kratos was a dragon, he's more of a brawler. So I don't see him necessarily flying. I feel like the wings are just for show. I feel like he would honestly be on his hind legs, be a little bipedal, kind of walk around, blowing fire, destroying things. And so I do end up redesigning the tail afterwards, after some thought, because I was like, you know what? Maybe we've got a little bit too much Spyro in here, and then I've got to change it up. And you'll see that after. So I kind of go into the coloring stage, but I ultimately remove it. I remove that tail, I shift it upward, and I turn it into an axe. Just in reminiscence of God of War, looking at what he uses in Ragnarok, things like that. This is my favorite piece of the entire video. I can't say much else about it. I do make changes and adjustments as I go throughout. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll let this video keep playing, and just can't wait to hear from you guys and what you think about the final results. So if you enjoyed it, if you think this is a really good fusion between Kratos and Spyro, just let me know in the comments down below. And so here's that final design I was talking about, with a little bit of fire on the bottom, some smoke lifting up, a shiny axe handle tail instead of like a spiral, so that Kratos could be shown a little bit more. I also gave Kratos that beard. And then the last one I thought would be a fun one to end on. This one's a Tom Nook and Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher, an Animal Crossing type of mix. But then I thought, you know what? Let me just put The Witcher, someone so menacing, someone that's a fighter, someone that kills monsters for a living, and just put him in the Animal Crossing world. And that's kind of what I did here. So it's not technically a fusion as much as it is a what if Geralt of Rivia was in Animal Crossing type of drawing piece, right? And I looked at a bunch of different references. A reference I saw kind of had similar features to this one. I just kind of elongated the face, put my own style on the hair. It's very chibi-ish, very kiddish. So there wasn't too much detail that needed to really be in this one. So this one didn't take me too long, which I was pretty happy with. But I don't know how many of you guys are Witcher fans. December's coming, and so there's a DLC that's coming out for Witcher 3. So just kind of be on the lookout for that in case you didn't hear about it. Probably one of the best games and a really good Netflix series if you haven't seen it. So yeah, I'm going to let this video keep playing. You let me know down below if this was one of your favorite ones, if you really think I nailed the Geralt/Witcher in Animal Crossing. Here are the final results of our character fusion videos. What do you guys think? Let me know by giving me a like. Give me a comment down below of which one was your absolute favorite from the video. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so that you guys can keep up with new content that I'm posting regularly here on Tuesdays. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.